Hey, so in this video we are going to discuss relational operators in C++. So let's quickly get started. Relational operators helps us to establish some relationship between two entities. Now these two entities in which we can establish the relationship can be anything. They can be characters, they can be integers, and even they can be floating or boolean constants or boolean variables. Like any variable, any constant you can compare and you can establish some relationship, or you can test some relationship with the help of relational operator. See, all the relational operators are binary in nature, so all the relational operators needs two operand to operate, because as I said, we use relational operator in order to test some relationship on the two entities. So that's why we obviously need two operands, right? That's why all the relational operators are binary in the nature. So let's quickly discuss what different relational operators are present in C++. So the first relational operator that we have is less than. This is represented by this symbol. Then we have greater than. Then we have equal to equal to. See, this equal to over here, focus very carefully. You have to write equal to two times. Okay, equal to symbol two times in order to represent equal to operator, equal to relational operator. See, equal to operator, check if two entities are equal or not. Okay, then we have not equal to. So you have to give punctuation mark followed by equal to. So this is called as not equal to. Then we have less than equal to, and then we have greater than equal to. I think that's very straightforward, very simple. Okay, so these are the set of relational operators that we have in C++. Now always remember, result of evaluation of the relational expression, or whenever you write some expression using some relational operator, its result is always going to be a boolean constant. Its result is always going to be 0 or 1. So if the relation evaluates to true, then we are going to get 1 as the output. I will give you an example. Let's say if you write 5 greater than 3. In this case 5 is actually greater than 3, so this relation evaluates to true. So whenever relation evaluates to true, you will get 1 as the output, and whenever the relation evaluates to false, you will get 0 as the output. So I have actually written one example over here, and then also we are going to go to VS Code and try out some code examples. But over here I have written a simple example. Let's try to guess the answer for this example. So what I have done is I have created one variable a and b. A is initialized with 2 and b is initialized with 3. Now whenever I'll write a greater than b, so a is not greater than b, right? Because a is 2 and b is 3. So 2 is not greater than 3. So it will evaluate to false. So its answer will be 0. Correct? Now a less than b. So a is less than b. So this relation is true. That's why we'll get 1 as the output. A equal to b. Is a and b are equal? So no, a and b are not equal. So its answer is going to be 0. Then a not equal to b. So if you check, a is actually not equal to b. A is 2 and b is 3. So this relation evaluates to true. So result of this expression will be 1. Then a less than equal to b. Now if you observe over here, my a is 2 and my b is 3. So 2 is less than or equal to 3. See over here, whenever we write less than or equal to or less than equal to, so that basically means the value of operand 1 should be less or it should be equal to value of operand 2. Okay, if it is greater than value of operand 2, then this relation will evaluate to false. But in this case, if you observe, value of a is actually less than value of b, and that's why this relation evaluates to true and we'll get 1 as the output. And then we have a greater than equal to b. Now over here a is not greater than or equal to b. A is 2, so 2 is not greater than or equal to b, so that's why we'll get 0 as the output for this one. So I hope you are pretty clear with how relational operator works in C++. Let's quickly jump onto the VS Code and let's try out few more example with few more data types, and then we'll try out relational operator. We'll try to print the output. So let's quickly jump onto the VS Code. Okay, so I've written a basic code snippet. Let's start filling some code in this basic code snippet. So what I'll do is I'll create one variable, maybe of character type. So I'll write character a, and then let's initialize it with small a. Okay, and then let's create one more variable of character type, maybe character b, and let's initialize with again small a. Okay, and then let's check whether a and b are equal or not. So I will check it. We'll write cout a equal to b followed by endl. Now what should be the answer of this expression? Now always remember, sometimes, as I said last time also in some of the video, that sometimes whenever you write some expression, Cout gets confused if you don't put brackets around that expression. So this error is because of we are not giving parentheses or brackets around the expression. So it's always recommended to give parentheses or brackets around your expression in order to avoid getting such silly errors. So let's understand what will be the output in this case. See, A and B, both of them are equal. So in this case, the ideal output, or ideally the output, should be 1. Okay, let's quickly see whether we are getting 1 as the output. I'll just compile this code, G++, name of my file is relational.cpp, and let's quickly execute it. You can see we are getting 1 as the output. Now what will happen if I write Cout, let's say A greater than B. Now try to guess the answer in this case. So for this, what I'll do is I'll change value of B now. Instead of small a, I'll now make its value as small b, and now in this case we should get answer as 0 because A and B are not equal. Now what will be the answer of Cout A greater than B? What will be the answer? Small a greater than small b. What will be the answer? So if we execute this code, let's quickly compile and execute this code. You can see over here we are getting answer as 0. Now why we are getting answer as 0? Let me quickly tell you. See, whenever you deal with the characters, internally characters are dealt as an integer, correct? We have discussed this in one of the previous video. So internally characters are handled like integers only. So whenever you do any comparison on characters, internally the comparison is actually done on the integers. So we know that for each and every character there is some ASCII value. So what is ASCII value of small a? ASCII value of small a is 97. And what is ASCII value of small b? ASCII value of small b is 98. Now you don't have to memorize all these values like ASCII value of each and every character. I just remember them, that's why I have written them. Maybe you can go online and refer to the ASCII table, and then you will get the ASCII value, ASCII integer decimal format value for small a and small b. Now tell me whether 97 is greater than 98. No, 97 is not greater than 98, and that's the reason we are getting 0 as the output. Now what will happen if I write Cout small a is less than small b followed by ENDL. So in this case we should get output as 1. Why we should get output as 1? Because a is nothing but 97, so 97 is less than 98. So this relation is actually true, that's why we should get 1 as the output. Let's quickly check whether we are getting 1 as the output or not. So if you observe, you can see we are getting 1 as the output as a result of this expression. Also, as I said, you can kind of use this relational operator on any type of operand. So you can also write something like, let's say 10.2 equal to 10.3. So even this is feasible. You can apply relational operator on the float as well, right? Now if I compile and execute this code, you can see that for the last statement we are getting 0 as the output because 10.2 is not equal to 10.3. Let's see what happens if I write 10.2 equal to 10.2. Now in this case we should get 1 as the output, right? Because 10.2 is equal to 10.2. So in this way you can use relational operator. Let's quickly revise what different relational operators we have in C++. So first we have less than, then we have greater than, then we have equality check operator, so which is indicated by equal to symbol. Then we have not equal to operator, then we have less than equal to operator, and then we have greater than equal to operator. Let me show you less than equal to operator as well. One example of less than equal to. For example, if you are writing Cout 1 is less than equal to 1 followed by ENDL, let's say, and over here also let me put ENDL. Yeah. Now 1 is less than or equal to 1. What will be the output of this Cout statement? So in this case the output will be 1. Why it will be 1? Because 1 is equal to 1, right? So in less than equal to, what we need is we need either the operand 1 should be lesser than operand 2 or it should be equal to the operand 2. But in this case our operand 1 is equal to the operand 2. So basically it satisfies our condition, and that's why the output of this relation is going to be 1. So if we compile and execute this code, we should ideally get output as 1. You can see for the last line we are getting output as 1. So I hope you are clear on how relational operators works in C++. See, at the end of this model, we are going to take some coding example by which you will get to know where to apply these operators in practical scenario, what is use of the relational operator, and I'll say each and every type of operator, so don't worry about that. Right now we are just discussing how the operators works, right? So few important things about the relational operators. They are used to, find or test some relationship between two entities. All the relational operators are binary in nature and they give result either 0 or 1. So if the relation evaluates to false, then the result will be 0. If the relation evaluates to true, then the result will be 1. That's it.